Hey guys, it's Allison. So as you can see from the title, it is every single book on my physical TBR list. It is really crazy. I think I have more books that I need to read than I have read already. They were at least half and half before, but I think now I have a lot of TBR books, so I am going to get straight into it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Comment down below any videos you want me to see next. Subscribe down below if you're new to my channel. Turn on post notifications to get an update every time I post a new video, and let's get started. So we are going to start with my top shelf. So the first book that I grabbed is Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. I have had this forever. I think if you guys have been with me for a while, I had a huge book haul, and this was one of the books. Have not read this yet, but hopefully I'll get to it soon because this has some summer vibes to it, I feel like. Next book I have on my TBR list is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. And I picked up this book because it sounded interesting, but I have not read it. I think I picked up this book instead of Winnipeg. I think that's her other book, just to try her out, but I have not read this book. This book is pretty thick as well. It has 500 something pages. Okay, that's not that bad because the current book that I'm reading is like 600 pages, so why am I complaining? So then the next pile of books I'm going to be reading probably this summer, hopefully. So Beach Read by Emily Henry, Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. I think that's how you say her last name. And then Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So excited to read those. And then I do have the 5-Star Weekend by Ellen Hildenbrand as well. So those are supposed to be on my next reading goals because since summer's here, we are going to be reading summer books. Have the summer vibes. Book is on my TBR is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. So many people talked about this book, and then I don't know, one day I was going to read it, and then I opened it to some page and I was like, yep, no, not going to read this today. I was not feeling it. So yeah, hopefully I get to this. Maybe it seems like a winter vibey kind of book, so hopefully then I'll read it. So then I got 2 Colleen Hoover books, Maybe Someday and Without Merit. I think this one is like a series or something like that. Then I got Taylor Jenkins Reid, Forever Interrupted and After I Do. I should have read this a while back because her books and Colleen Hoover books are like really quick to read. So I should have read that a long time ago, but I haven't. I guess it's just when the moment comes, I'm going to read it. Then I got this series. I'm not sure. Oh, a Never After series. I got Scarred, Wretched, and Hooked. I think there's one more, I believe now, but I haven't gotten that one, so I don't know when I'm going to be reading these, but they sounded pretty interesting. I was about to drop all these books, but I'm talking pretty fast because we got a lot of books to get through. So the next books on my TBR pile are the ACOTAR series. I am currently on the 2nd book, so I have to read that one, and then these 3, so that is just up on my shelf. I got Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. This is a dark romance. Oh, this is gonna be pretty fast. This is just 334 pages. Wow. And this has big writing, so maybe I'll go into it soon, but it's a series, so like if I read the first one, I'm gonna have to read the whole entire series, which is bad because I feel like I would forget if anything, so that's why I would want to read it back to back. So a couple of these books that I'm going to be showing you next is like part of series that I only have the first book to. So then I have Elle Kennedy's The Deal. So this is the off-campus series. Oh, this is a cute writing style as well. I have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I feel like I've been talking about this book for like the longest time. Like I think this was part of that huge book haul as well, and I have not read it, so let's see when I can get to this one. And I have The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Everybody always raves about this book, and I can't wait to read this. This seems like big letters as well to read. It's probably a quick read. 400. That's not that bad. I'm acting like that's not that bad, and then I take like 20 years to read it. Then I got, I think the 3rd one is coming out soon, I believe. This is the Kings of Sin series. This is King of Wrath and King of Pride by Anna Huang. I got these books because after reading the Twisted series, I was like, I love these books, so I wanted to see what these were all about. Then I got the Lucy Score books, Things We Never Got Over and Things We Hide from the Light. And I believe they're coming out with the third one soon, which is like purple or something. So gotta read those. I am so behind on these books. I gotta get up to it. My Goodreads literally says I'm 9 books behind. So I gotta like make a video so I can be like reading through these books. So I'll probably do like a 24-hour reading challenge or something like that to like get through these books. Then I got Carrie Soto Is Back. I have also the hardcover to it, so I have both. I really like this one, so I had to get it when it came out. I got these 2 books. I think they're like part of a series or like duo or whatever. So this is When in Rome and Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This is the author of the cheat sheet, and I really enjoyed the cheat sheet. It was like a really quick read, so that's why I got these books. Then I got the Chestnut Spring series. I need the 4th one, Reckless, but I got Flawless, Heartless, and Powerless all here by Elsie Silver. So I gotta get 2 of these. Oh my goodness, I was about to drop these, but I gotta get the 4th one to just add it to this beautiful collection. These books, literally when Alexa Ray talked about them, I was like, I need to get these. Like the tropes in these sounded A1. And then I got this book by Tessa Bailey. This is called Secretly Yours. I recently picked this one up. I forgot why. I guess it sounded interesting. And then I got the whole series. I think that's it for the series. And this is the whole series of the Dirty Air series. I got these so long ago as well. This is by Lauren Asher, Modeled, Collided, Wrecked, and Redeemed. And this is basically about Formula 1 race car drivers, and that it would be a cute read. But this is very aesthetically pleasing when you look at it, so in the shelf. So these books definitely gonna be read someday. Don't know when. Then we got Not So Perfect Strangers by Ella Stratton. I picked this up in Barnes & Noble's when I went on a whole like Barnes & Noble spree, and then the girl at Barnes & Noble's was like, this is a pretty good book. I rated it like, she rated it out of 10 and she gave it like a 7, and I was like, oh, that's not that bad. And I was gonna pick this book up anyway, so I was like, let me pick it up to see how it goes. I think this is in dual perspective. Then I got this one. I had like the buy one get one 50% off, and I didn't notice. So then the person at the cashier, they were like, oh, you could get another book, and this was sitting at the cash register. It was like a couple options, but I ended up picking this one. I guess it caught my eye, like this cover, and then this little thing. It said twins separated at birth, reunited by a curse. It's called Mirror Girls by Kelly McWilliams, and I can't wait to read this one. I think it'll be super duper interesting. Then I got The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekenhan. I said that totally wrong, but I had this on my list for the longest. Haven't read it. Gotta read it. Oh, I don't like how this cover is, y'all. Like the half covers. But it's okay. We got The Perfect Escape by Leah Conan. It says A Girl's Weekend to Die For. All these seems like such quick reads, and I have not gotten to them. It's so annoying. I guess because I've been stuck on the Court of Thorns and Roses series for the past like month. So yeah, I gotta get up to speed. I got this book. It's called We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang. I'm not sure what kind of book. I guess this is like Family Torn Apart by Secrets. We got The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. This is the author from The Silent Patient. And since I really enjoyed that book, I was like, why not get this one? Have not read it. That was literally so long ago when I got this book. This is horrible. Horrible. I don't even know how many books is in my TBR. I gotta count them at the end. I got Stone Maidens by Lloyd DeVroe Richards. This was on TV one day, and the girl was talking about it, how her dad wasn't getting much traction on the book, so she posted on TikTok since Booktok became a thing, and then like so many people started getting this book. I don't know how this book is gonna be. I haven't heard anybody talk about this book, so let's see how that goes. Then I got The Hidden by Melanie Golding. Picked this up on a whim. I was like, oh, this sounds interesting, and then I ended up getting it in a blind date with a book, kind of like that, and then I ended up getting 2, so I have 2 of them, which is annoying, but it's fine. I'll just end up giving one of the books to somebody, not sure who, but we got that. Then we got 9 Lives by Peter Swanson. It says, if you're on the list, someone wants you dead. And all these books gotta get to. It's just that it's so hard to find a good thriller, I feel like. Comment down below if you feel the same way. So I don't read all my thrillers because I feel like when I read them, I won't have anything to read. And that's like one of my favorite genres. Not so much romance, which is crazy because I probably have more romance than thriller. But like I said, it's so hard to find a good thriller because I feel like the synopsis has to get you if you read the synopsis and stuff. My first James Patterson book, this is called Private. It's part of like the series, like I think it's 5 or 6 books. This is one of his shorter series because his series are pretty long. They're like 20, 30 books. So this is one of his shorter series, so I decided to pick this one up. It says, when the rich and famous are in trouble, their first call isn't 911. So I got Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. Oh no. First of all, it has a fake sticker on it. It has the half cover. Okay, but it's okay. It's okay. It says, Mother, Hero, Liar, Killer. How can you tell when all you have is pieces of her? This author is supposedly really good with thrillers. So if I end up enjoying this book, I probably would pick up more books from her. Then we got Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. I got Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. Normal People by Sally Rooney. There's a lot of mixed reviews about this book, so I have not read this. I have The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. And supposedly this made a lot of people cry, and this is like one of the top books in people's book recommendations, so I can't wait to read this because I do like World War II and stuff like that, and I believe that's when it takes place. Then I got Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. Can't wait to read this. I love this cover, and I think it has a second book to this, I believe. I'm not sure. And then I got A Pho Love Story by Lon Lei, and I started to read this book and then I stopped reading this book, so I have to get back into this one. I got Abby Jimenez, Yours Truly. Oh, and I gotta get the first book because I believe this is a second book to A Part of Your World. So I have to get A Part of Your World. Can't read this book until I get the other one. Then I got Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. And I've heard this from a lot of booktubers that this is a really good book. As soon as I opened it up, I was not interested at all whatsoever. So hopefully I could get into it after the fact. I read A Court of Thorns and Roses. I don't know, it was so easy to get into it. Like there's like with The Court of Thorns and Roses, there's no complicated words to figure out. They tell it as a story. It's just that everything part of it is fantasy. You know what I mean? Like there's no thinking involved when you read that book. So even though there's like a lot of characters and like this and that, but like still like this, when as soon as I read the first page, I was like, huh? So yeah. Then I got A Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Another fantasy book. I know there's a second book to this. I have not picked up the second one because I have not read the first one, obviously, but hopefully I can get into it. Oh, these words seem smaller. Got this so long ago as well. Then I got Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan and The Last Word by Taylor Adams from Book of the Month. I actually ordered 2 books just recently from Book of the Month for July, and I got Lunar Love, which is just an add-on, and then the July's Book of the Month is I'll just put it on the screen because I forgot the name of it, so I'll have those 2 added to my physical TBR list. I got Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Started reading it, got up to page 30, 50, I don't know what, and then I was over it. And then I got His and Her by Alice Feeney. I really enjoyed, what was that book called? Rock, Paper, Scissors. I really enjoyed that, so I picked this one up. I have not gone into it. I read it and then I stopped reading it, so hopefully in the future I can get back into it. I started this book as well. It's called Falling by TJ Newman. Stopped reading it as well. Luckiest Girl Alive. Started reading like a couple pages and then I stopped reading it. My DNR pile, is that what it's called? I forgot what it's called. Eventually I'll read it, hopefully. And then I got the Jojo Moyes The Last Letter from Your Lover. Love the movie. Don't know about the book of how the writing style is because it's kind of like old way of writing. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like now when you read a book there's dual perspectives, and then I think that's how this book should be and how that should be separated, but everything's like back to back, so you don't know what timeline you're on, you don't know who's talking, like it's like weird. And then this one is The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. This was actually my first DNR book or whatever. Like I stopped reading that book because it literally told what happened since the beginning. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it changed, maybe it was a plot twist or something in the book, but as soon as I read it, I was like, they just gave it away. Like I'm so confused. So I just stopped reading it. I got the Hunger Games series here, gotta read. And I got some classical books like The Great Gatsby, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And then that's it. And then I got Stephen King's If It Bleeds. And the last 4 books in this whole TBR is, I already showed this, so this is the hidden. And I got Dream On by Angie Hockman. These 4 books were part of the blind date with a book, so this is what I got. Can't wait to read this one. Then I got The Idiot by Elif Boutman. Don't know, like the pink cover, don't know what the rock means. And Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross. I am probably going to read those books like in a video as well, like a separate video, so to see my reactions on them and stuff like that. But let's see how that goes when I eventually get to them. But that was all my books, so let me see how many books are in my TBR pile. So plus like the series, which has multiple books in them, so we got a good amount. 78, let's say 78 because I'm getting 2 books in the mail, so 78 plus the rest of the series that I currently don't have. So yeah, we gotta start reading. We gotta start reading. We can't buy no more books. No more books allowed in this household. Even though my birthday is coming up, so that's gonna be a real treat of what I'm going to get. Let's see. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.